We're back with purple screen.
Liar!
You're right, we're not back. Goodbye. Welcome in, everybody. Seek, Bane, Ninja. Thanks for the quotes, Bane. Stuff. X-Men Origins Wolverine is not this game. You already saw this. So we left off about to start Act 4, I believe. Bear with me a second. You weren't too sure about Magneto and Rogue? Your payment is the 450 points you just got, Ninja. There we go. It sounds right. Sounds right enough. I said something along those lines. I had to switch the start button because I've now moved on to using this controller, which is my 8-bit Do Ultimate Pro Bluetooth 2.5 gig, whatever. Really nice. I was talking to Ninja about this controller as something I recommend. I've started using this on PC now, and I've moved my Xbox Series controller to my Xbox. I thought I'd remapped all the buttons for this controller. The trouble with it is, some of these buttons are labeled differently. So it's like, oh, press start. Start on the Xbox controller is labeled as menu. On this, it's labeled start, so it's actually a separate button. Figure that shit out. Same with the shoulder buttons. These are listed as buttons, but on the Xbox controller listed as bumpers. So they needed to be reconfigured, and it's really fucking dumb. But yeah, it's really good. It's got a little switch on the back. I don't know if you can see that. But you can switch it from 2.4 gigahertz wireless to Bluetooth. So you can use it on the Switch. The button layout, if you can see that, is a Switch layout. But it works as an Xbox controller on PC, and it's a very nice controller. Very comfortable. It's got 2 programmable buttons on the back that I can't figure out how to use.
Yeah!
I think Dolphin has crashed. Oh no, there it is. There we go. So we left off last week. Ninja got to choose the costume. Which is the classic yellow and blue. Who didn't get to pick last week? Bane picked Patch, I remember that. Yeah, that would have been it. It was Bane and Panda. We only had 2 costumes selected. So, Teague, if you stick around to the end of this act, you'll get to pick the next costume.
Old bud, what are you doing here? Sure ain't waiting for a bus.
No, Tovarich. I have been hired to, how do they say, enhance security.
The new gatekeeper, huh? Well, I got a problem. The clock is ticking. Gotta get inside, pal. No ifs and buts.
Professor Xavier has informed me of your situation. I am truly sorry, old friend, but I cannot let you pass to the elevator behind me.
Oh?
That is, if I should happen to see you. Good luck, old friend.
You don't want to draw attention to yourself here, Logan.
Hey!
I need to blend in. Better keep my head down and my claws in.
Yeah, I would assume that Wolverine can tear through Colossus with his claws. I would assume. I don't know if it's ever come up. Probably has. So he could be able to give you a definitive answer. Alright, let's do the sneaky sneak. I'm sure they won't notice this very hairy short man walking around here. Oh, the force field's back on now. This very hairy midget. Or as we usually call him, this Clim Hazard.
I can just find the on switch.
So don't go near people, I guess. There's a ladder. Alright, that's attack. There's jump. This is the problem when you don't play a game with a weird control scheme for a week. Okay, we're gonna go over there and press that button. Bum 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 bada bum 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 bum. Colossus.
Now, one of these chumps has to have a security pass.
I feel like that's absolutely going to have alerted everybody. Oh well. That's probably not supposed to happen. Yeah, that's definitely a roughie. I don't actually know what it means when the Wolverine icon's flashing red. It did that a bunch last time as well, and I don't know what it means. I'm not on the electric floor, what the fuck? In a dress? No, he's definitely in a suit. Fortunately, I saw that coming and saved right outside the door. Self-destruct Logan has been activated. Look how tiny his eyes are. Such a heavy brow as well, you'd think Rob Liefeld had drawn him. It's an odd art style for sure. Remember how horrible Professor X looked? Everybody's eyes. Except Sabretooth, who just has white eyes. I don't know, T. I do not know. And again, like, his eyes are actually really hard to spot in that icon. Well, that's another room full of people dead. What's this? Ah. Ah, yes. Head pool. Guards mess. It's barracks. Guards mess. What, Deadpool? Oh, droid control.
There he is.
If only I owned Deadpool. And it's so expensive to pick up now. £60. What'd you get it on, man? Minus 18 degrees.
Ooh, frosty.
Well, you know, that's going to be used for something.
Heat sensor. Need to find a way to cool down.
PS4. Yeah, sounds about right. I don't think this would work. Anyway. No, I do own Deadpool on PS4. I don't know how much I paid for it, but I bought it digitally. So, like, before it jumped up in price because it wasn't available digitally. I've only done the first level of it. I did the first level and I was like, you know what, I should save the rest of this for the stream. So it'll come up at some point.
There he is.
It's honestly just ridiculous how fast your health goes down in this game. Like, you spend so much of the game feeling really underpowered as Wolverine. Your health goes down so fast, it recovers so slowly. And it's like... Is this a Wolverine that ever managed to... Is this a Wolverine that is the best there is at what he does? I really doubt it. I get there's the whole, oh, you're infected with Shiva virus thing.
Need to find a way to cool down.
But they seem to come up with any excuse in this game to make you, like, incredibly weak. And where's my stealth kill?
There he is.
Yeah, like, you want a power fantasy of playing as Wolverine, I'll give Origins Wolverine credit, that does do that. Like, you'll get torn apart and you'll still keep going, you'll be tearing everybody else apart.
Ooh.
This game does not manage to do that. I would not call this a video game that's fair. If anything, it's very unfair towards you. Like, you saw it last time. There were points where I walked into a room and just died. What the fuck is the camera doing? These guys who somehow managed to absolutely baffle Wolverine with their amazing abilities to duck. Like, that's a bit of an issue. It's like, hey, you want to win a fight with Wolverine? Do a sweep kick. Over and over. He has no defense. Playing as Wolverine. Yeah. You found the Void Droid control room. That felt like the AI was just messing up there. Yeah, I didn't feel satisfying at all.
Huh. They've left me a toy to play with.
Here we go.
Gotta use this droid to open the door and clear a path.
You ready for this part? Well, that died really quickly. Right, make sure you don't attack it from the back, because its weirdly shaped hitbox will be out of your reach. It is out of place, and it's also really not good. For so many reasons. And now I'm gonna die, because I am expected to actually do this with the droid.
Gotta use this droid to open the door.
So it's like, this is where it standard aims the reticle. To move it up, I have to manually move, and then it goes back. Too far down to really be useful. Why can bullets go through this force field? It's like, there's legitimate points in this game that are worth paying attention to, that are quite good. It's just such bullshit to play, though. There's a channel on YouTube that covers a lot of comic book games. And now I'm basically dead. Yeah. There's a channel on YouTube that covers a lot of comic book games called Always Nerdy. They did a video retrospective on this a few months ago, and they really get into like the nitty-gritty of why the game does and doesn't work. If you guys feel like I'm not giving you enough explanation for the problems of it. Is this supposed to be a recharge station for the robot? I got gun turrets out. There you go. And again, we get to the point of, if you fuck up and die at any of these points, that's a game over, back to the start of the level, no checkpoints. So you're having to do all of this in one run. And if it wasn't for using save states with this, I wouldn't be playing this. At all, not a chance. My time is not that worthless. And this is coming from the guy who beat Castlevania 3 without save states. No strafe controls on this, which is awesome. 10 out of 10 no-nos. Thank you, Teak. It's one of those things, like, the same reason why I'm probably going to end up playing Batman Dark tomorrow. But whether I end up finishing that is a separate question. Like, there's a bunch of really interesting ideas to it, and the focus on a comic book storyline, characters you don't often see. It's like, we'll see later on in this act a character that you see more often than you would think, but you never expect to see. I don't aim for shit. And like, Batman Dark Tomorrow is a similar thing, though that actually has way worse base gameplay. But it has characters that, while more common now because we've had more games based on the comic books, the Batman had never appeared in the Batman game before that. Like, Black Mask is in it, Tim Drake is in it, Cassandra Cain, who has had no other appearance in a Batman game. So there's the thing of this, like, it's not awful to play if you decide, you know what, I'm going to put the invincibility cheat on. Like, yeah, put the invincibility cheat on, you might have a good time. Hey, how you doing, Isa? Like, a lot of the regular problems this game has can be chalked up to like standard early 2000s bullshit. This was just what we dealt with in games of this time period. The rest of it is just that this game's difficulty is way too fucking high. It's super unforgiving. No, we've gotten this far, Bane. We're gonna do this properly, aside from save states. That's right, X-Men 2: Wolverine's Revenge. But no, we've gotten this far, Bane. Like, we're gonna do this properly. Just imagine the save states are actually reasonably placed checkpoints. Is really the thing we're gonna give to it. Because I want to cheat as little as possible for the stream, generally. I was always disappointed that I ended up cheating for Kudelka, but there was no way I was going to do the amount of grinding that game wanted me to do. And I'm glad we played that all the way through, because it was super interesting. This controls like ass. That's just a white line. this is just circles. Yeah, so like the mechanics are a little rough. The checkpoints are just terrible because there are no checkpoints. It's an early 2000s game through and through, just like way harder than you would necessarily expect because of the checkpoints. Oh, because of the checkpoints and because it's a difficult game. Hazardous. Bookstore? Clown noise? There we go. Why do we have subtitles now?
Where are you, Wolverine? Looking for your little scientist friends, are you? Well, you'd better get on the stick, old son, because if I find them before you do, they're dead meat.
That was
One false
violent.
move will ruin everything, Logan.
I think the music generally in this game is probably just a an oddity. I don't know what their vision cone is. I can't deal with this fucking camera. As with basically any game of this time period, you are fighting the camera. Randy Savage would have definitely have the unhinged quality you want from it. The thing we take for granted... The thing we take for granted in, like, modern video games is just full control over the camera. And the problem with this game is, like, it's a bunch of games of this time period had it, where they're trying to control the camera for you, but they've given you full camera control, and so you end up fighting that. And nobody wins. Because their camera control isn't good. And them trying to take away control from you while you're controlling isn't good.
Some objects will hold useful items. Remember this.
And so it's the worst of both worlds. I looked it up after we were done last week, and it turns out I was wrong. This isn't a 2002 game. This is a 2003 game. So I think, like, 2003 we had Vice City. I feel like Vice City was 2003. And Vice City did not have camera control. And, like, I don't know if you've been back to Vice City recently, but, like, right analog stick puts you into first person, which is awful. And there's essentially zero camera control in the game. Like, there's just not really winning in this era. I'm not doing anything with the camera when it does that. Oh, thanks, game.
One false move will ruin everything, Logan.
Yeah, we're definitely going to play something more modern after this. I am kind of really set on the idea of playing Infamous. Really want you to look at the wall. I'm feeling... Jesus fucking Christ. I'm feeling like the camera really wanted to just try and take itself out of the game. Just smash its head into the wall over and over. One day we'll get to wear the costume that Ninja chose. Remember how well I did in this section last time? And then it was like, no. Not doing that again.
One false move will ruin everything, Logan.
I feel like what I should do in, like, the main streams after we've done with this is, like, play a dedicated stealth game, like a modern dedicated stealth game, just to prove that, like, I'm not bad at stealth games, and I do quite enjoy them. Because when we're coming off of this, and, like, Shadow Apocalypse had a mandatory stealth section as well, I was like, it's the kind of thing that made me think I hated stealth in games. When it turns out that what I really hated was garbage mandatory stealth in non-stealth games. See, they know how bullshit that is. That's why they put all this health here.
Some objects will hold useful items. Remember this.
What is it? Is it titties?
So this is basically what the game expects you to do. Which itself is a problem. Anything that massively breaks the pace like this. Definitely a problem with your game design. And it's crazy because, like, There's an easy solution to fix 90% of the problem in this game. Checkpointing, increase regeneration speed, decrease enemy damage. Like, the camera would still be shit, but it's a game from the early 2000s. It's a game from the early 2000s, what do you expect? What objects are we talking about? Like, useful items in what objects? These unbreakable containers? Isn't this fun? You having fun?
Who said that? Which one of y'all dead motherfuckers just said that shit?
The fun thing is, like, all of that is one skit. I got, like, 11 sound clips out of that one skit. Great. Like, presumably I'm supposed to break the boxes, right? It wasn't a fun sound alert. Okay, I'm locked in. Why would you expect those to be the breakable ones? They look less breakable than the boxes. That looked like a glitch.
Guards are situated all over this area. Keep your head down.
It's fucking awful.
I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride. I wanna take you for a ride.
We could be having Marvel vs. Capcom 2 tournaments in this stream, but none of you will install Fightcade.
Stealth tactics seem your best option for this situation.
Fuck off, Xavier. Excellent. Teak will like just be a full stream of me and Teak playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Stealth tactics. You can watch that. I don't understand why the Logan head is glowing. You and Ben will be the announcers. What's cleansed? The awkward thing with Fightcade is I've not been able to get the Dreamcast stuff working on it, which MVC2 is. So currently we're restricted to the pre-MVC2 Marvel Capcom fighting games. But we could have a full stream out of X-Men Children of the Atom. It's like, hey, did you ever want to... Did you ever want to see Spiral in a fighting game? Well, she's in MVC2, but she's also in X-Men Children of the Atom. I know what you're thinking. Who is Spiral? And the answer is, it's not important. Yeah, so, at some point, like, when we both have the opportunity, remember, it'll be on the test later. Who is Spiral? Well, she comes from a place called Mojo World, which is ruled by a weird creature called Mojo, who does interdimensional reality television. Like, no, the less we talk about where Spiral comes from and what she's about, the happier everybody will be. I promise you that. But no, like, when Seek and I have, like, enough time, we'll set it up in advance. We'll do a bunch of Superhero Arcade stuff, definitely. Because there's some good stuff. Like, there's the Captain America and the Avengers beat-em-up that I grew up with on Super Nintendo. We'll do the arcade version of that. There's the Spider-Man arcade game. There's the X-Men arcade game. There's the fighting games, including the superhero fighting game I know you've all been waiting for, Justice League Task Force, and Avengers in Galactic Storm. It's funny because, like, some people know Justice League Task Force. It's kind of known as being a bad game. Nobody remembers Avengers in Galactic Storm. And, like, you'll take one look at it and be like, oh, that's why. And then you'll look at the character roster and be like, who? Remember Thunderstrike? No? There's a reason. Like, you're all expecting, like, the highlights of the superhero game, like, of superhero video games. Stuff like the good Spider-Man games, the Arkham series, maybe a couple of X-Men games here or there. No, I'm giving you the fucking worst. The games that you didn't know exist, and you wish you didn't know existed.
Too quiet around here. We gotta let out the party people.
Sabretooth, it's one button.
Let my people go.
I can see it's one button.
Condition red. mutants are loose.
Why'd you let Magneto keep his helmet in prison? Why would I put that evil on you? I'm not a good person, Ninja. So yeah, there's like several questions there. Why is Juggernaut in a prison for mutants? He's not a mutant. Why have you let Magneto keep his telepathy-blocking helmet in prison? I don't want to do another droid. And also, who remembers Omega Red?
Logan, pretty damn cool.
The Omega Red's like the example I was talking about earlier of a character that you don't expect to see, but has appeared in more games than you'd think. Because he's in at least 2 of the Marvel Capcom fighting games. He's undeniably in X-Men Legends at some point. And here he is in this. That was terrible. Wow, isn't it amazing how the shields on that thing basically just immediately died? These droids are fucking awful to you. Can we make this one? I am surprised at how well running has been working. Oh, we can't. Yeah, it's frustratingly just the way this always goes. They're like, hey, you remember when you had health? Well, you don't anymore. Now, the trick I've figured out while we've been playing this is that their effective range is way shorter than mine. Like, they can shoot far, but they don't see far, and when they don't see me, they won't shoot. So I just need to be outside of their effective range. Because in a straight-up fight, they tear my shit apart. Which is stupid. See, do you want to give the folks at home a little rundown on Omega Red? His outfit's red. He's not wearing it in this game, but his outfit is red. No, he's just a comic. He's basically, primarily a Wolverine villain, but he's the original Russian answer to Captain America. The basic rundown is he's another person from Wolverine's past who wants to kill Wolverine because Wolverine knows something. You know, like Lady Deathstrike. Who's Lady Deathstrike? She was Kelly Hu in the movie. Who's Kelly Hu? Like, look up Kelly Hu. She's a very attractive woman. What else was Kelly Hu in? She was in The Scorpion King. Okay, so shooting those guys as much as I managed to disarmed them. Which is good. Because they would have just shot the shit out of me and then that would have been the end. Yeah, Kelly Hu absolutely wasted in X-Men 2 Wolverine's Revenge. You might be like, oh, she's not in this game. You're mistitling the movie, X-Men 2, X-Men United. It's like, no, it is basically Wolverine's Revenge. Everybody else is a secondary character. Welcome to the X-Men movie franchise, where in all but 3 movies, Wolverine is the main character. I feel like that's not really something... X-Men isn't something that they can really do properly in a movie. It's too big of a team with too much variety and powers and everything. It'd work better in a TV series. She did. Oh, that was fucking amazing, wasn't it? Oh, cool. If only Clem was here to talk about Kelly Hu with me. There we go. Perfect. I don't know what we're expecting to find at the top. I made it to the top. Douse the flames, they say. That looks like I could just run through there. I feel like you'd expect maybe a couple more cameos in a situation like this.
Find a way to douse these flames.
It's like, oh, you're in a prison for the most dangerous mutants. So it's like, you know what we could do with that? Anything. Where's Black Tom? Like, Omega Red's kind of an out of left field choice. Definitely give him that. Juggernaut? Not the most overplayed X-Men villain, but you know, he's there. We'll see him again in later games in the Superhero Sunday series. Like, no Black Tom Cassidy. I feel like Cassandra Nova would be more trouble than she's worth to put in this game. Deathbird would just raise too many questions. Mesmero would probably be too much trouble. Toad, maybe? Mastermind could be an interesting fight. Well, you know, like... Cameos. Trouble with characters like Mastermind and Mesmero is like because the powers are mental based. Like just seeing them would necessitate a fight. What's the point of this one? You know, if this game had been made like 5 years later, it'd have Deadpool in it. What is the point of this room? Oh. Well, that did nothing. This place doesn't seem as on fire. That music just fully restart? Oh great, we're in regular outfit. I believe there was a specific outfit chosen.
Originally created as the Soviet answer to Captain America, Arkady Rossovich was eventually placed into cryosleep due to his psychotic and uncontrollable nature. He has recently been reawakened and has resumed his quest for the carbonadium synthesizer, the only device that can stabilize his mutant ability to generate death pheromones. The whereabouts of the C synthesizer are known to only one man, Wolverine.
There you go, that's a Mega Red. That's Russia's ass. That's just fucking stupid. Yeah, if I recall correctly, the whole thing with the carbonadium synthesizer is that Wolverine and Sabretooth, back when they worked for Department H, found it and hid it. And so I think the idea is that either Wolverine is the only person who knows where it is, or Wolverine and Sabretooth know. But Wolverine's certainly easier to find than Sabretooth. Plus, it's got to be easier to threaten Wolverine than Sabretooth. Partly because Wolverine's a more reasonable person, and partly because Wolverine has things you can threaten. That accomplished nothing for me. I will say I do love playing games of this generation, high resolution. Because, like, texture quality and, like, pre-rendered footage aside, they upscale, like, usually very cleanly, and I really like it. There should really be a way to turn these guns off. Because it really feels like, now that the guns are active, I'm just fucked. Okay, why is that the solution? That's stupid. Like, yeah, it works out in my favour, but it's really stupid that you just punch them and they go back in the wall. No, it's the random sound button. Might as well do something while we're waiting.
Failure.
Yep. Look how fucking fast that health went down. Like, even without these guns here, what are you supposed to... What are they expecting you to do? What the fuck?
Success.
Their perfect aim, the fact that when you do anything, you stop for a moment. Like, 9 times out of 10 when you jump, you stop when you land.
Wash
Like,
myself
what?
with a rag on a stick.
How many fucking times do we have to do that? Attack past that guy before he gets hit? You see, when you hit somebody, they drop their gun. That's how it's possible. And that's what I've been trying to do. Hit them to get them to drop the gun. And even during the successful run, you saw how much of a problem it was to actually hit them. So you got the running attack. You press X when you're running, and you do this spin. Where did that keycard come from? See, you press X while you're running, you do this spin. This spin is the only attack you can do to a regular human enemy that won't make you lock onto them. That face is really concerning when he's doing the Berserk Rage. And so yeah, there you have it. That room done. No cheats, no messing around. Now imagine doing this without the checkpoints. Where every death is restart the entire level. Awful. No, like I say, the only way you would finish this reasonably would be with invincibility. And even then, the game has a bunch of sequences where invincibility isn't going to help you.
curious. You know who I am?
Your Weapon X. We know why you're here.
We always had doubts about the ethical implications of Department H's work.
Doubts? You're all hard.
Please. I've written out the Part A serum formula for you.
Chuck, are you there? I got the formula. Something's wrong. Xavier ain't getting through.
A psionic link? It won't work here. The void is shielded.
You'll have to wait till you get outside.
Sabretooth may be looking for you, and he ain't bringing flowers.
The fuck do you mean the Sonic Link won't work in here? The void is shielded. He's been talking to me. We started this level with him talking to me. Maybe now we can actually wear the outfit we wanted to wear. What? Bullshit. We are like 7 minutes away from an ad. So we're going to run this ad because I know what's coming up in this level, and we will not have it finished in 7 minutes.
No! No!
I agree. But use the opportunity to go and grab yourself a snack, a drink, get yourself comfortable, and we'll be right back. Yes. And we're back. We already had that one.
Listen to the woman, John. Calm down. Just calm down. Calm down. Just calm down.
So, I'm going to tell you guys something, and you may not believe this. But if memory serves me correctly, including this level, there are 4 levels left of the game. However, I am not convinced that I will finish this before the next ad break. Also, why am I not allowed to wear the fucking costume? Yes, Ninja. Ah. There we go. I'm so used to pressing the widescreen button that takes us to the widescreen out scene. Okay, let's see. Will this put us in Ultimate X-Men? It does not. It just will not let us out of this costume. With how close to the end we are, like, not yet. Why did you come off the wall? Logan, why would you pull your claws out to break the guy's neck? There's a guy there, there's a robot over there. On that side as well. They're just waiting for me. I'm so popular. I'm not fighting those guys. Okay, look, don't fucking do that shit. What you guys don't know is that I tried to turn to attack this guy, and the game was like, no, you're locked into going forward. The game won't let us use any costume for some reason right now, and I don't understand why. I was like, is there just some issue with us having chosen the blue and yellow? So let's try Ultimate X-Men. Nope, back in New X-Men. Like, why did holding down there just make me walk forward? Can't move the camera? Oh, now I can. Odd. No.
Juggernaut. Cyborg or not, that was just plain rude.
Who died and made you miss manners? Better get scared, short stuff. You know you're no match for me.
It's true, in a straight fight, Wolverine versus Juggernaut, you know who wins?
Is invincible.
Juggernaut.
Running. You cannot hurt him.
Here's a fun fact for you. That cutscene was not a checkpoint. If we die, we restart the level.
Come on, Kane, is that the best you got?
Gas grenades.
Caught me daydreaming with that one. Consider that a fluke, wimp. Don't touch the helmet.
Okay, so simple enough boss fight. You got the thought here. You know exactly what you're doing. It's kind of bullshit the way it plays, and these gas grenades.
No, not the helmet.
And the fact that you can jump off into them, that's stupid.
Sort of. No, not the helmet. You've been taking vitamins. Oh, God, stop flash.
Time for me to derail the Meathead Express.
Okay, am I just not allowed to do the strike anymore?
Stop flash. Yeah. Feel the force. Yeah.
So, very little of that felt like it played well, despite the fact that you can very easily figure out what
Juggernaut
you're
is
supposed to do.
invincible when he's running. You cannot hurt him.
And again, if you die,
Time for me
back to the
derail
start of the level.
Meathead Express.
Not a checkpoint.
Don't you ever touch my helmet.
Also, I thought we couldn't communicate with Xavier.
Consider that a fluke, wimp.
Come on, Kane, is that the best you got?
Don't touch the helmet.
Okay, so it has to be more than 2 hits. 2 or more hits to do the strike.
Time for me to derail the Meathead Express.
Part of irresistible force do you not understand? Where'd you learn that trick? Looks like it hurt.
You know what's probably the fucking worst part about this?
Time for me to derail the Meathead Express.
Christ. Yeah, sure, just jump into the center where all the fucking gas grenades are. And then it's look whether or not you're actually able to do any damage.
Only a lucky shot. Don't touch the helmet.
That hits smarts, don't it, big boy?
No, not the helmet. Better quit before you're one big bruise. Caught me daydreaming with that one. No, not the helmet.
So, the worst part about this is that this boss fight isn't the end of the level. And again, no checkpoint.
Shot.
No, it's not a boss gauntlet.
You ain't stopping me getting up this thing.
Okay, that shouldn't do fucking damage if I'm knocked into it like that.
Come on, Kane, is that the best you got?
What part of irresistible force do you not understand? Here, catch this. Yeah. Consider that a fluke, wimp. No, not the helmet.
No, there's a thing after this fight that is worse than this fight. Can you guess what it is?
Time for me to derail the Meathead Express. Juggernaut, you done big mouthing yet?
Nope. Probably not as bad as that, but like, what's the next worst thing you can think of?
Time for me to derail the Meathead Express.
No, not the helmet. Where'd you learn that trick? Part of irresistible.
Well, I love how finicky this whole thing of actually making Juggernaut vulnerable is.
Where'd you learn that trick? Don't you ever touch my helmet!
Juggernaut, you done big mouthing yet?
Don't touch the helmet! I'm done, pussyfoot! Prepare for pain, little man!
Come on. Okay, make a decision. Can he turn on a dime or can he not?
Juggernaut, you done big mouthing yet?
Sort of.
Ain't that irresistible?
this! Only a lucky shot! I've got no time for you!
So what's the hurt box on that? Because it feels like whatever they want.
You ain't stopping me getting off this pit now! Consider that a fluke, whip!
There's also this thing with the gas grenades of them basically covering the center of the arena where Juggernaut always lands. And it's like, what the fuck kind of design is that?
You've been taking vitamins?
Do everything right and it's still up to like RNG whether or not you're going to be able to damage the boss.
Where'd you learn that trick? No, not the helmet!
Why is there still one more?
You look good, stop flat!
Get up, you fucking idiot.
Here, catch this! Consider that a fluke, whip! No, not the helmet!
Hey, Colossus. Let's treat Tin Head to a fastball special.
Yeah, I think you basically just killed Wolverine doing that.
I think
Line over
maybe
yet?
I take care of scrap metal now.
The loudspeaker said other Alpha Class mutants got loose. Who are we talking about here?
Magneto and Omega Red. They are gone.
Enhanced security? I'm sorry, bud, but after all this, you're gonna get fired for sure.
As you say, maybe I should not give up on the day job.
Now that you've blown your chances of promotion, mind telling me how to take down the quantum disruption shield? Pretty please. I hear you, pal.
Oh no, look, there is actually a checkpoint. Jesus fucking Christ. I forgot that there's a checkpoint here, by it being a separate level. But also, like, what are you expecting Colossus to do against Magneto?
Time
Or
to get
Omega
off
Red.
This rig.
Inverted controls. Yep, this is the end of the void section.
Time to get off this rig.
You notice Wolverine has his claws out as well. So he's not going to be regenerating health here. This thing is so loose. Like, it swings so far when you're adjusting your aim. Yeah, you see how well I did on that first part, and then it was like, oh, choppers coming in. So I target the choppers, but there's two guys on a side platform shooting me, and now I'm dead. Yeah, when I said, like, what's the next worst thing you can think of after a stealth section? The turret section. A turret section where it's unclear if you're even doing damage. No, the turret section, it's the vehicle mission where you're mounted on turrets in RE5. Second worst part of the professional run. Right, so I'm aiming for the balls, it looks like. Like, is that what I'm destroying? Fuck, that wasn't longer.
Good news, Logan. Hank has synthesized the Part B serum. Did you secure Part A?
You know I did. You were talking to me after I got it.
Got it. But one thing, Logan. Our instruments detect a massive magnetic disturbance in an industrial area just east of where you are.
Sounds like Magneto. A mess of dangerous mutants got loose, and it's my fault for leading Sabretooth here. I should have taken him out when I had the chance. I gotta do something.
Do what you have to do, Logan. Hank and I will work on the serum, and we'll fly it down to you in the Blackbird as soon as it's complete. Good luck.
Keep in touch, Chuck.
Are you gonna fly it to me in the Blackbird? You're not gonna fly the Blackbird halfway and make me meet it? Yeah, the Irving boss fight isn't great. One thing you can give the AI credit for in RE5, though, is, like, it will aim well. Like, if you're playing solo on RE5, you give the AI a sniper rifle, and it will go onto the turrets on its own and will actually aim well. Credit where credit's due.
Attention, mutant hunters. Attention, mutant hunters. Your contract has been activated. Retrieve all escaped mutants. Surveillance cameras have identified the intruder as a mutant known as Wolverine.
You want him breathing or not, Gordon?
Whatever's easier, Mage Use.
Just what I like to hear. Power up acoustic and visual enhancement units. All weapon modules on ready mode.
Weapon mod's hot.
Mutant hunters will deploy in the troop group transports. I'll be flying cover and command in the Phantom gunship. Yo, what do you call a mutant waving a white flag, boys?
A moving target.
You got it.
Revelations or Revelation 2?
Logan, we've been tracking Magneto via Cerebro. He is heading directly for a steel mill in the forest, due east of where you are.
Makes sense, Chuck. All that iron, he'd be in his element.
Correct.
Everyone?
And in a place that might provide the means for him to neutralize the magnetic flux limiter collar that is currently holding his powers in check.
So, if I don't get to him before he gets that collar off, he's gonna be chucking scrap iron at me by the metric ton?
Worse yet, Logan, the prolonged dampening of Magneto's powers may have even amplified them. He may be more dangerous than ever.
Yeah, rubs me wrong to ride another man's scoot without his permission. I can't be late for my throwdown with old Buckethead.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would weakening Magneto make him stronger in the long run? I think it helps in Revelations 1 that the AI partners are very temporary. They're not expected to be proper partners.
Ah, Logan. We meet again, and in a place where steel flows in rivers, and lightning converges with gravity.
There you go.
Watch out.
Now we're in the outfit that I said. So, like, there's just something about the Void section that's like, no, you can't have any other outfit than what we give you. Alright.
Attention, mute. Ah, Logan. We meet again, and in a place where steel flows in rivers, and lightning converges with gravity.
Yeah, you guys know my history with Revelations 2 at this point. I'll get to it eventually.
Watch out for moving objects, Logan. I'm sure they have intent to do you harm.
It's always been, like, really odd to me in this game, just how big
Logan,
the
you now have
wings on the
professional
mask
mutant
are.
hunters on your trail. These people are trained extensively on how to counter specific mutant abilities.
Oh, health regeneration affected? Cool, it'd be of note if the health regeneration hadn't been garbage
Beware of
throughout the
poisonous
entire game.
elements. They will restrict your healing factor.
What the?
Alright, so the invisible ones will electrocute me if I hit them with my claws. But they're not really prepared for me to just beat the shit out of them. It's like, if you've ever read the Dresden Files, it's something that comes up kind of often in that, where the main character's a wizard, and so everybody, like, every magical threat he comes across expects to have to fight him on, like, magical grounds, and every now and then he'll just pull out a fucking gun. It's great.
The mutant hunters are all over the area, Wolverine. This is your hardest test yet.
Something exploded there and I don't know what it was. Alright, so my health isn't regenerating, so that's bullshit. The fuse boxes have been blocked off by magnetic power, which is bullshit. Camera is fighting me again, which is bullshit. It's like, cool, what am I doing against that? We're gonna do that. Make a save there, did I? Undo load state.
Attention, mutant hunters. Ah, Logan. We meet again.
That's an underrated function of emulation, the undo load state.
Rivers, and lightning converges with gravity.
Yeah, so the mutant hunters are specifically focusing only on
Watch
me,
out for moving objects.
which is bullshit.
Logan, you now
And
have
they
professional
shoot me
mutant
with
hunters on your trail. These
toxic
people are trained
darts
extensively on how
that
to counter
disable my
specific
healing
mutant
factor,
abilities.
which is bullshit.
Beware of poisonous elements. They will restrict your healing factor.
So it's like, okay, cool. So now I have to figure out this not very clear puzzle while dealing with a lot of bullshit and even more reduced abilities than normal. The fuse boxes are the key. Cool. He's blocked off the fuse boxes with magnetic power. Cool, so the Berserk Rage is useless against the invisible guys.
The mutant hunters are all over the area, Wolverine. This is your hardest test yet.
Cool, now what? Is it another thing where I've got to start picking people up again? You know, that ability that's only been useful once? Oh great, I'm about to go into a frenzy, which is going to be absolutely useless on this enemy. So I'll just stand here till this runs out. Ooh. Alright, there we go. We're now invincible.
Ah, Logan. We meet again, and in a place where steel flows in rivers, and lightning converges with gravity.
It's like all the shit I've been through. I'm sorry, I thought I was fucking invincible. All the shit we've been through is like,
Logan, you now have
no, if the game's gonna change up its bullshit to make it worse,
on how to counter specific
I'm not gonna play by the game's rules. Especially in this level where there's a time limit. If that magnet bar above Magneto's health gets full, that's instant game over. So what do you guys think about this suit in this game? Do you think the wingtips are too tall? Yes. Good man, Ninja.
The mutant
Who was stupid great.
all over the air.
Yeah,
This is your hardest test yet.
it is silly. But it looks better than the regular outfit. Welcome in, Clem. Okay, is this actually the intended method? Try this out. The fuck uses most of this when I'm on a time limit? It's like, oh yeah, cool, the fuse boxes are the key. What am I doing then? The game want to tell me that? Oh, specific fuse boxes in a specific order, starting with the one that you can't see. Right, that's right. It's not this one that does that, it's the actual boss fight. So if Magneto fills up the magnetic bar in the boss fight in the next level, then that's an instant game over. This one is just like, oh yeah, magnetic vortex, and I've never figured out how to break that. Cool, door's locked. It's made of wood. My adamantium claws are apparently not as strong as wood. Okay, why is the door locked and I can't get out? I opened the wooden door by turning the power on. What? Fucking irritates me. These guys who should be prioritizing Magneto are doing nothing but attack me. Amazing. Alright, so it looks like my plan of throwing bodies in there is working? Maybe? Though I thought we'd have to actually fight. Throw the bodies in there. But it looks like they're just going in there. Yeah, look how small the vortex is now. I appreciate games that give you, like, outside-of-the-box problems like this. But the solution should be a lot clearer or easier to come up with. You know what I mean? I have heard the original Watch Dogs had a problem of like, having to wait until a crime had officially started before you could stop the crime, otherwise it counted as a failure. Which is stupid. I don't think Watch Dogs 2 had that issue. But I don't remember, it's been a long time since I played Watch Dogs 2. So a majority of that, then, is like, oh, you gotta stop Magneto before he fully drains the power. Except, no. Dispel the magnetic vortex before Magneto gets free. How? Just fight, guys. That was honestly one of the worst non-stealth chapters of the game.
Give up, Logan. This is senseless. You, of all my foes, I respect the most. For you have integrity. And you have honor.
I ain't forgetting that you ripped the adamantium out of me once. Nothing respectful about that.
And now, we duel again. Even with my powers tempered by this cursed device, I am far more powerful than you.
I didn't come this far to take a rain check, Magneto. I came to rumble.
Cool, but if Magneto can, like, move a steel crate, like a steel container around, he can probably do that with Wolverine. And you know what's in this area? Molten steel. Because, like, you know what you should probably do? Lift Wolverine up and throw him in the molten steel, or lift him up and just throw him.
We'll see if you truly are a man of steel, Logan.
Alright, so get ready for the bullshit that's this boss fight.
Further resistance is quite futile. Shake yourself free of temerity as fruitless. Logan, you still can.
I love how I've not been able to move for the majority of this.
Mutants will lead the meek. It is our destiny.
If Magneto removes his collar, the repercussions could be immense.
Magneto has the power to stop your health regenerating. You know what? Kinda done. Well, explain to me how Magneto's magnetic abilities disable my healing factor. Explain to me how any of that makes sense. Explain to me why I keep trying to fucking move and keep getting knocked to the fucking ground.
Your temerity is
10 out of 10 gameplay, isn't it?
further resistance is quite futile. You are really no match for me.
Unbreakable? We'll see.
Where even is he?
I call that a crushing blow. Logan, leave while you still can.
Like, the goal of this fight is essentially to get into a position around where Magneto is, to leap at him, drag him to the ground, and deal big damage. As with so much of this game, it's a strike opportunity that is far too picky.
Mutants will lead the meek. It is our destiny.
It's like, oh, here's one. If this would actually fucking work. But you know what the problem with this one is? You do it, and you land in the molten steel. So you take more damage than you are going to deal to Magneto, even if it's done properly. Welcome to this boss fight, where even if you do everything right, you will still take damage.
Unbreakable? We'll see. We'll see. Believe me, I take no pleasure in this. You are really no match for me.
So is the strike opportunity going to pop up, or am I just going to put in the level select code and skip this?
You insist on making things hard for yourself.
The worst part is, I've done this before. I've done this and I've beaten this, and it's awful.
You insist on making things hard for yourself.
Well, are we going to do the fucking thing or what?
We'll see. You're really no match for me. Believe me, I take no pleasure in this. Further resistance is quite futile. Believe me, I take no pleasure in this. I call that a crushing blow. You are really no match for me. Further resistance is quite futile. Logan, leave while you still can.
Yeah, so look at this and figure out how it's basically completely luck-based. Even if you do everything right, you could easily get fucked. The arena's too large, especially when it's demanding you move into specific positions to do the attacks. And then it's not even letting me do the fucking attacks.
Unbreakable? We'll see.
Cool, am I allowed to do anything? No? No, we're not going to do the leap attack. Cool. I'm going to respect my time, I'm not going to respect yours. Fuck off. Okay, force of nature. That's it. Deepest cut, the final level. The final act is one level, it's a boss fight. You beat Magneto, this cutscene plays. You have missed nothing except an undetermined amount of bullshit.
Get scarce if you know what's good for you, girlie.
You're looking for a ride to the Xenon building?
How'd you know that?
Maybe you are a good guy after all. I owe you one, Wolverine. I'm backing your plan.
So the only thing we've missed is that Xavier says that they've made the cure, and because of the magnetic disruption around the area, they can't land. So Rogue is going to land the Blackbird on this building.
Lady Deathstrike.
They were all cyborgs under my control. Except for Sabretooth, of course. He did it for money, and for the pleasure of causing you pain.
You set this up? What for, Yuriko? Don't you know I'm dying?
Revenge, you fool! I wanted your death to be in my hands. You, who are bonded with the adamantium process invented by my father. You, who stole my legacy.
You want the adamantium back that bad? Come and get it.
Yeah, so it's revealed Lady Deathstrike is the true villain of the piece.
Must be more careful.
Except not really, because she's barely factored into it. Oh, these characters were all cyborgs. These characters who had one cutscene apiece. These 3 characters. Like I say, Always Nerdy did a retrospective on this video game, and uncovered some interesting stuff from like the actual files that suggest that quite a bit was cut out of the story. That's kind of interesting. No, I'm just going to turn the ads off. Yeah, suggests that quite a bit was cut out, and there was supposed to be more of a lead up to Lady Deathstrike. It is kind of an oddity that she just kind of comes out of nowhere. The setup for her isn't really a setup. And it would make more sense if the Reavers were involved in the story. Oh, they were all cyborgs under my control. Like, cool, where did you get them? Oh, I'm working with the Reavers again. Alright. Makes sense, you've done it before. Now, what did I miss? Honestly, let's get I'm going to take effects off. Turn the ads off. If an ad starts playing for anybody, just let me know in the chat and I'll stop the game. Yeah, so here's the fun part of this. You have no healing factor for this fight. The entire level is this fight. And you also have a time limit. There's also a thing, though, of like, Rogue's on the way in the Blackbird. if we assume that this is, you know, because it's comic book storyline, if we assume this is comic book Rogue who has absorbed Ms. Marvel's powers,
Blackbird will be with you soon.
it's like, here's a fun idea. When Rogue turns up, she just takes care of Lady Deathstrike.
You have fought with honor. Concede and live. The adamantium is mine, Logan. Give it to me. Soon you will pray for death.
It's fortunate that I remembered this boss fight at least. Do you deactivate the fuses to turn off the electricity in this fence? This? Yeah, she does that electric charge. And you have to hit whichever one is electrified. Try figuring that out in a pinch.
Awaits you, Logan. Your claws can't reach my soul, Logan. Death will not cancel my vendetta. I want what is mine, Logan. It is my destiny to own what you possess.
Still doing this one? There we go. Now, to be fair, this is a good shot. I do like this.
The pain is nothing next to the shame of defeat.
If they zoom that out a little bit, great. And now you'll notice she doesn't have a health bar. So, you know, just one last piece of bullshit for the game. You have to knock her to the edge. Now imagine if I didn't remember all of that.
My death is not the death you will know, Logan. I have forsaken my humanity for revenge, and I will see no end of pain. Only an eternity of cold replacement parts and the smell of hot solder. You have won, Logan. For now!
No, we didn't beat Magneto. I skipped the fight because I was tired of the bullshit of it. I was tired of the fight not working.
Rogue will be with you soon, Logan. Hang in there.
Sugar? You look like something the cat dragged in. Best have a slug of this here serum that Hank mixed up for you.
It's you, little helper, Rogue. Nasty. You didn't bring me anything frosty to wash it down with, did you, darling?
I'm the pilot, not the cabin attendant, big boy. You ready to go home?
Can't ever go home again, darling. Just take me where I can put my feet up on the table and nobody cares.
See how weirdly shaped Rogue's face was?
Reasons? Hell, maybe we all have our reasons. Ain't none bigger than revenge. Deathstrike became its slave. Revenge is a twisting, searing fire that burns deep in your belly. Take it away and you're left to face up to the reality of who and what you are. revenge, I still want more. And maybe that's just as well.
So Sabretooth gets to survive because Lady Deathstrike had the serum on her. What?
Are you sure this is the one you want? He seems rather uncontrollable.
Yes, he is the one I need. A pure survivor. Truly one of the strong. Begin making preparations for my newest horseman.
Bum bum bum. This game has more endings than Lord of the Rings.
The loudspeaker said other Alpha class mutants got loose. Who are we talking about here?
Magneto and Omega Red. Omega Red.
So apparently there was an intended boss fight against Omega Red, but it was scrapped during development. So, sequel hook for a sequel that never came. I mean, who else was it gonna be? Oh, there's Mr. Sinister. Apocalypse is gonna be there. Mr. Sinister in a game focused on Wolverine, of course, Apocalypse is gonna be there. If Cyclops was the main character, maybe it's just Mrs. Sinister, but no. There's also a thing of Wolverine makes reference to Magneto ripping the adamantium out of his skeleton. Apocalypse is like, oh yeah, we're going to make preparations for Wolverine to be my newest horseman. Like, you know how Wolverine got the adamantium back? He became Apocalypse's horseman. So that doesn't jive with the timeline. And no credits. No credits at all. Production artwork, movies, production artwork, yeah. So the only one we're missing is that post-winning Magneto. But we have some bonus material to watch as well. I mean, it did waste my fucking time. So much of this game was a waste of my fucking time. Would I recommend it? You can play worse from this generation. Like, throw on the invincibility cheat, like use the level select code, and just jump in and out of various levels. And, like, there's worse ways to spend a lazy Sunday afternoon. But, like, there are so much better.
M2
Here comes a real classic. This one I like. It's quiet. Too quiet. I love the classics. It's quiet. Too quiet. That's why it's a classic. It's great.
All right, good. Hold on, please.
Oh, it's fun to pretend, isn't it?
I feel like that's an actual bloop, like not a blooper reel, like a recording they had of Mark Hamill, and they were like, yeah, we'll animate it rather than show maybe we're recording. Because, like, if you remember, Legacy of Kain was often recording the voice actors, like, doing the dialogue. Like, they probably weren't in this. So that's probably just like, oh yeah, we have some B footage of Mark Hamill, we'll just animate them. And by them, I mean one. That's the only one. Okay, Wendigo, thank you. None of that is usable. You did nothing but peek the mic. Also, there was nobody in the recording booth. We don't know how you got in here today. And Spider-Man.
Attention, mutant hunters. Attention, mutant hunters. Your contract has been activated. Retrieve all escaped mutants. Surveillance cameras have identified the intruder as a mutant known as Wolverine.
You want him breathing or not, Gordon?
Whatever's easier, Mage Use.
Just what I like to hear.
So this whole sequence was nothing of value. This character was nothing. As far as I'm aware, like, she's not even a character from the comics, so it's not a fun cameo.
Logan, we've been tracking Magneto via Cerebro. He is heading directly for a steel mill in the forest, due east of where you are.
Makes sense, Chuck. All that iron, he'd be in his element.
Correct. And in a place that might provide the means for him to neutralize the magnetic flux limiter collar that is currently holding his powers in check.
So, if I don't get to him before he gets that collar off, he's gonna be chucking scrap iron at me by the...
Unfortunately, when he was imprisoned in the Void, they didn't think to take away any of his costume. They left him with it, and then just put the collar on top. If they had perhaps taken off his helmet, he could have been more easily subdued.
Man scoot without his permission. I can't be late for my throwdown with old Buckethead.
They'd be like, oh, Logan, Magneto's heading off to a steel mill. Don't worry though, he's not got his helmet, so I have shut his brain down. They might be asking, why did we watch that again? So you can have context for this. You'll notice it's not raining in this version then.
Easy there, buddy. You picked a bad day to come sneaking up on me, bub. I'd say you strayed off your home turf a bit.
Heard about the big bust out at the Void. So I rode out here in the chartered bus along with the other superheroes who can't fly or teleport.
Right. And my Aunt Tilly body doubles for Madonna.
Can you use a hand here? I hear you're ramping up for a showdown with Magneto.
Well, amongst other things. If you want to help, deal with this chaos till damage control gets here.
Yeah, sure.
I got me a date.
Yeah, it's Rino Romano as Spider-Man again. And if you pay attention to the cutscene, it's basically the same cutscene, just without the rain. And extended. The standard cutscene as it plays in-game flows almost exactly the same, just with the Spider-Man parts cut out. Which is kind of curious. It's like the effort of getting Rino Romano in, and modeling the whole thing, it makes me think that it was originally intended to have Spider-Man there, and they cut it out and cut it all down into what ended up being in the final game. Let's check out Cerebro. Does this talk about eating people?
Wolverine's first assignment with Department H was no small task. Find and eliminate the Incredible Hulk. On that mission, he encountered the Wendigo. This poor soul is the result of an ancient curse placed upon the Canadian wilderness and lives off human flesh. Although the curse can be passed on to different people, the spirit that is the Wendigo will always remember one of its greatest foes, Wolverine.
I forget if there can be more than one Wendigo active at a time. But essentially, if you're lost in the Canadian wilderness and you eat somebody, you'll become the Wendigo. And it's not a case of like, oh cool, now you have superpowers and you're super strong and almost unkillable and everything. Like, no, you are now a mindless beast that eats flesh.
Wolverine's skeleton can be credited to Lady Deathstrike's father, who developed the process by which adamantium can be bonded to bone. Upon her father's murder, Lady Deathstrike vowed to revenge herself on the man she mistakenly believes to be responsible, Wolverine. To that end, she will employ any means necessary, going so far as to transform herself into a cyborg in the hopes that it will be enough to restore her honor and put her father's memory to rest.
I forget if they mentioned that in Until Dawn. I know they do call the monsters when actual monsters finally appear Wendigos, but I forget if it's specifically about people eating other people. I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, solutions there. Fun fact with Lady Deathstrike, there's a particular issue of, I think it's a Wolverine comic, during the whole storyline with LCD and Albert. Yeah, in Until Dawn. With LCD and Albert, where Lady Deathstrike and the Reavers are trying to hunt down Wolverine, and she enlists the aid of a tech millionaire by seducing him. And there's a particular line in their interaction that has always stood out to me, where he basically is willing to do anything for her because she was so good at sex. This is after she's become a cyborg. So that was always curious.
Not actually a mutant at all, Dr. Nathaniel Essex is the product of his own twisted genius and Apocalypse's dark ministrations. Now, Mr. Sinister spends his immortality manipulating the mutant genome from the shadows in an attempt to create the perfect mutant. If he succeeds, he will have the perfect weapon to use against his lord and master, Apocalypse.
Yeah, well, Mr. Sinister's focus is basically always on getting Scott Summers and Jean Grey to fucking have a kid. Because he theorizes that their child will be the perfect mutant.
Known as En-Sabanur in a time before the pyramids were first built in Egypt, Apocalypse is the first of our kind, and self-proclaimed High Lord of all mutants. Apocalypse has, in his long lifetime, influenced events through manipulation from the shadows or open warfare accompanied by his horsemen. He has managed to survive through the eons by strict adherence to his Darwinian tenet of only the strongest shall survive.
I don't know what Apocalypse's power set actually is. Or if I was to take a guess, I would say bullshit. Oh look, the credits are in the options. So, would I recommend this game? No, honestly, not really. On the whole, basically a super shapeshifter. Total molecular control. That sounds about right. That sounds like the kind of bullshit they do. Like, on the whole, though, this is probably better than Batman Vengeance. But it's far more frustrating. Like, its mechanics work better, but the difficulty is turned up way too high. Like, if you didn't take so much damage from everything, if your healing factor regenerated you faster, if the game didn't have this whole thing of, in the late game, just turning off your very meager healing as it is. Like, there's a lot wrong with this game. Would I recommend it? No. Like I say, if you're curious about a lot of the other stuff and just more in-depth look at the game, and the development and the characters and whatnot, YouTube channel Always Nerdy did a retrospective on this. It's like maybe 2 hours long. Goes into a lot of the interesting stuff, the story details, the cut stuff, sound files that are left in the game, that are left in the coding that don't actually appear in the game. Like a bunch of stuff. Kind of interesting. As for me, I am probably never going to play this again. Ever. We finished like pretty early, which is good. I started early for the hopes of finishing early. Because I have to be up early tomorrow to be up earlier on Tuesday for work. I need to spend like the next 2 days rearranging my sleep pattern. Coming up after this, we are probably going to do... Yeah, tell me about it. Coming up after this, we are probably going to do Infamous on PS3. However, I am tempted to do another Batman game, push the Batman stuff along a little more, and then do Infamous. We'll see. I think there's a good possibility, though, depending on how interested people are, because we're going to end up circling back around to the Arkham games for Super Sunday. If people are interested, we'll do that entire series on hard mode. And by entire series, I mean the 4 main games. I'm not going to turn around and tell you I'm going to do Arkham Origins Blackgate on hard mode. Never even finished that game, it bored me. And having now finally played through Arkham VR myself, which, like, let's take a look real quick on my Steam account. Because when I got my VR headset, I was like, oh great, I can finally play Arkham VR and see if it's as bad and as short as everybody says. So I played it, I beat it in one sitting, it took me 65 minutes. So we're not going to do Arkham VR. If I ever get a proper video setup for VR streaming, Arkham Shadow is a possibility, because that's a real game. And it's fun. I did beat that game in VR, and it's fun. And it's a workout. I played through that game last year, during winter, and I was working up an actual sweat in the cold. Like, it's effort. But yeah, possibility of that. But for the main 4 Arkham games, Asylum, City, Origins, Night, if people are interested, we'll see about doing those on hard mode. But yeah, if we do a Batman game before we do Infamous, it's not going to be Arkham Asylum. More X-Men games coming up in Super Sunday. We still have X-Men Legends, which, whether I'm able to do it co-op or not, will happen. It'll just be more fun if we can do it co-op, but I will do it solo if I'm unable to do it co-op. X-Men the official game, which was a tie-in for X-Men Last Stand, which I've only ever played like the first 2 levels of, so I've not done much of that. X-Men Legends 2, X-Men Origins Wolverine. And possibly a second version of X-Men Origins Wolverine, we'll see. More X-Men games to come. X-Men Destiny. The big bad one. The one that got Silicon Knights closed down. I do have it, and it is my intention to stream that at some point. But anyway, we're rambling at this point. I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Who do we have today? Ninja, Bane, Icy, Teep, Lim. It's like there was another person. No, looks like that was it. A fan remake of Maximum Carnage with up to 3 players? Who would the 3rd player be? And presumably it'd be Spider-Man, Venom. Who would the 3rd player be? Deadpool? Oh. Like, you could have turned around to me and said, like, Black Cat. I would have accepted Captain America at a push, because he's involved in that storyline. Deadpool? No. I'd say Cloak and Dagger, but, like, you find me a game that knows how to adapt Cloak and Dagger into playable characters. Yeah, I'm not likely to do Maximum Carnage. There's a possibility of me doing maybe about Marvel Rivals characters. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not going to do Marvel Rivals. I'm going to put that out right now. No Marvel Rivals. Yeah, possibility, maybe. Very loose, maybe. Venom Spider-Man Separation Anxiety with a co-op partner. Really? That's a curiosity. Is it poorly optimized? Yeah, I think the most modern we're gonna get, like Spider-Man 2 at some point, but I have to do the DLC for Spider-Man and Miles Morales first. It'd be such an odd one though to be like have such high system requirements, especially given that it's a free-to-play game. Yeah, Miles Morales I have to do, Spider-Man 2, but like, outside of that, the most modern Marvel thing I'm considering for Superhero Sunday is Marvel's Avengers. How much of that I would do? Depends, I've not played that game at all. I have it on PC, I got it super cheap before it went off sale. Like, now you can't buy it anymore. Well, I am interested in like trying out the campaign. Still super disappointed that the campaign isn't co-op. Am I going to get Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League to do on Superhero Sundays? No. No, I am not. and it should make you realize how completely empty my interest is in that game, because that game goes for nothing now. You can buy that game regularly for 90% off. That game was not out long, and you could buy it for 90% off. Not interested at all. So far, the only game that I'm interested in doing that I don't currently have access to, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So far, the only Super game that I'm interested in doing that I don't have access to is Spider-Man Edge of Time. Like, I'd like to get it, but it's like £65, and I'll play it once, and that'll be it. So we'll see. We'll see if I ever actually manage to pick that up for a reasonable price. If you have a copy of Spider-Man Edge of Time for PS3 or Xbox 360, let me know and I will give you a PO box to send it to. I don't care if you want to send it to me, I will give you a PO box for you to send it to. It's disappointing as well because like I have all the other PS3 Spider-Man games on PC. I was able to get them and they all work. I tested them. But Edge of Time did not get a PC release and it's the only one that I don't own on console already anyway. Frustrating. Yeah, coming up, the usual stuff, you know about most of it. Probably a Batman game. Maybe I will do Arkham. No, because if I say like, oh yeah, I'm going to do Arkham Asylum so I can split up the Batman, the Arkham games, it's like, cool, there's like one other Batman game I'm definitely willing to do. Everything else is a maybe, it's not going to work. But yeah, next week... either a Batman game or Infamous. If it's the Batman game, then Infamous will be after it. Continuing in the week will be Metal Gear Solid 4, and when we're finished with that, depending on how hype I feel, we're either going to jump straight into Metal Gear Rising or we'll do Final Fantasy X. One of the two. If we jump into Metal Gear Rising, Final Fantasy X will be after Metal Gear Rising. Either way, Final Fantasy X is coming up. Finally. I do need to play more Final Fantasy on stream. Anyway, we're basically rambling at this point. You all know the details. Teak going live later with whatever he's doing on Sunday. I think it's still Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. Check Teak out. Klim's playing Final Fantasy VIII on Saturdays like I said he would be, despite his protests. Ninja currently going through Mass Effect when he's available. He's doing a Renegade run of the entire trilogy. Icy's just streaming. Check out Icy. I think Icy's committed to a series at the moment, so just check out Icy. Icy's cool. I think that's everybody who streams who's been in here today. So with that, there's not really anything else to say except thank you all for watching, have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and yeah, we'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.